April 4th. Life isn't fair. Exodus chapter 5 verses 21 says, "And they said to them, Let the Lord look on you and judge, because you have made us abhorrent in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants, to put a sword in their hand to kill us." Abraham Lincoln was one of the most criticized U.S. presidents ever to hold the office. He was at various times called a fool, a fraud, and by virtue of his long arms and legs, an ape. His most famous speech, the Gettysburg Address, was dismissed at the time as the silly remarks of the president, and thought best that the veil of oblivion be dropped over them and they no more be repeated or thought of. It was only with the benefit of hindsight that Americans realized he was one of the greatest presidents in our nation's history. Moses also came in for his share of unfair criticism. After Pharaoh informed the Jewish officials that they would be given no more straw and yet be expected to keep up with their quota of bricks, these men vented their anger on Moses. "This is all your fault," they said. "You have given Pharaoh the reason he wanted to work us to death." They totally ignored the fact that Pharaoh had been increasing their workload to an almost unbearable level anyway. In their eyes, it was all the fault of this troublemaker from the backside of the desert and his brother. It is only the judgment of history that has proven them wrong. Criticism is a natural part of the leadership package, but that doesn't make it any easier to bear, especially if it seems unfair. If you are the object of unfair criticism, take heart. Remember that history has often proven wrong the most strident critics. Give the sting of that criticism over to God and rest in His affirming love. After all, He is the only one whose opinion really counts. If He approves of what you're doing, don't lose any sleep over those who criticize you wrongly. God will make all things right. It doesn't make any difference who is for you or who is against you, as long as God is with you. Amen.